How does Kamala Harris compare to recent Mississippi Democrats with no swing? At a recent Mississippi State Stennis Institute of Government and Capitol Press Corps meeting, former U.S. Congressman Mike Espy, a Democrat, and Greg Harper, a Republican, were courteous despite their disagreements. Espy, a former agriculture secretary and the first black Mississippian elected to Congress since the 1800s, and Harper, a 10-year House member, were asked to forecast the presidential election. There were no surprises. Harper promoted Trump using Trump's talking points. He assailed Harris on the border, economics, and other Trump campaign topics. Harper said Trump will win if he behaves presidential. Espy had less time for difficulties. He spoke personally about his bond with Kamala Harris. They both graduated from Howard University, and she came to Mississippi to campaign for him against Republican incumbent Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith for the Senate. Harris is presidentially ready, he asserted. Harper and Espy agreed on one thing. They both agreed during lunch that Trump will win Mississippi. Espy, we're not a swing state. Mississippi has only supported the Democratic presidential nominee once since 1956. Jimmy Carter narrowly defeated Gerald Ford in 1976 in Mississippi. In 1964, Democratic President Lyndon Johnson lost Mississippi to Republican Barry Goldwater with 13% of the vote after supporting measures that would increase black voting in the South. Obama received more votes in Mississippi than any Democratic presidential contender in a losing effort. He won re-election in Mississippi with 562,949 votes in 2012. Mitt Romney easily defeated Obama in Mississippi with 710,746 votes. In 2020, Espy lost but received more votes than any other Democrat in state history. He won 578,806 votes against Hyde-Smith, 44.1% of the total. Other Democratic candidates have won more votes, despite lower turnout. The 2020 Mississippi Republican with the most votes is Donald Trump, 756,789. As in 2020, many predict Trump to do well in Mississippi this election cycle. As mentioned, Espy in 2020 and Obama in 2012 were the top two Democratic turnout elections. That's hardly unexpected because Mississippi has the nation's highest black population at 38%. Black and white Mississippians vote predominantly Democratic and Republican, respectively. After becoming the nation's first black president 4 years earlier, Obama sought a second term in 2012. Black Mississippians voted for him. In 2020, Espy sought to become Mississippi's first black senator. Harris seeks to become the first black female president in 2024. She, like Espy and Obama, will likely draw many black Mississippians to the polls in November. In 2020, then Espy campaign manager Joe O'Hearn reported black Mississippians turned out at unprecedented levels for Espy. After the 2020 election, O'Hearn observed, "You probably saw historic black turnout this cycle." Despite doubts about Biden winning Mississippi, black turnout was likely historic. That historic black turnout wasn't enough to win for Espy, and most say it won't for Harris in November. Can a Mississippi Democrat win a statewide election? Statista reported that 66.7% of eligible voters voted in 2020, a record high. Mississippi's 60.2% voter turnout was at the bottom nationally. Mississippi has votes. But if enough votes can help a Democrat win is another matter. Mississippi Today, a nonprofit news organization covering state government, public policy, politics, and culture, published this report. Senior Capitol reporter Bobby Harrison works for Mississippi Today.